about. So yeah, there are tons of good RPGs on PS1.
Yeah,
Lots
the
of bad ones,
PlayStation
too.
was almost the RPG system, and for a while I was really, really into PlayStation RPGs.
There's a lot.
And I would play them no matter how bad they were. Like, I actually beat Breath of Fire 3, and I'm not sure why.
That game's not good.
It wasn't bad. It just, nothing
I
actually
actually
happened in the
finished that
entire
one,
game.
Right.
It was a game where your quest was actually a search for a plot.
And
And when you got to the end, they were like, I'm sorry, there's no plot here, but you can kill God.
I like the light
So it's
light
RPG.
jazz soundtrack
So
was
it's
really
okay.
weird. Remember that? The soundtrack was like light jazz.
I liked the
I
light
liked it
jazz
too,
soundtrack.
but it was weird.
It was weird.
But yeah, I found myself playing all these bad PS1 RPGs too, and I'm like, why am I playing this? Oh, because it's there. Like, I'm playing Azure Dreams because it's there.
It's the RPG machine.
It
That's
is.
what it was known for. That's why I ended up buying one.
Yeah, I don't think the PlayStation 2's RPG output has been
No.
quite so impressive.
Not at all.
No,
Or maybe it's just that we're jaded because we played so many crappy, like,
might be.
I think we were more open to it because like getting all these weird Japanese RPGs was kind of novel and interesting back in 1997.
Yep.
But now it's like, yeah, I don't want
We're
to play
really familiar
another
with
one
all
of
the
these.
cliches at this point.
And I have to admit, I love bad translation. I'm a
Well,
huge fan of
then
terrible.
so you must have
It's
been
getting
modern
better.
RPGs.
They're
It's
getting
sad.
so much better. Yeah. it's-
Screw you, Atlas. Thanks for nothing.
I mean, there were some other genres that were birthed. They were more or less birthed on PS1 too, like survival horror. Survival horror was more or less an outgrowth of PS1.
Yep.
And there were a lot of
Yeah.
good, like Resident
Absolutely.
Evil, Silent Hill. This is where a lot of these franchises started, and you know, I think that was a great thing to be created. Like, I love those games.
I think a lot of people overlook the fact that PlayStation 1 actually had a lot of really good traditional 2D style games.
Mm-hmm.
For all that there was this reputation that Sony hated 2D games, and originally there was a strong resistance.
But like, what would you call that besides Symphony of the Night as
Yeah, I was
like
just
the
gonna
most
say.
legendary?
Yeah.
Like Klonoa, Tomba.
Tomba
let's
was
see,
kind of...
I think
Alundra.
Tomba's overrated.
Yeah.
Tomba's good. Tomba 2 is kind of...
Yeah, overrated.
you know, top-down games like Alundra, Ark the Lad, Suikoden is beautiful. I mean, Suikoden 2 especially. Like, not beautiful in the, wow, what gorgeous graphic
Yeah.
sense, but just, there's so much detail in the game. You have, you know, hundreds of characters, and lots of them have unique animations.
See,
It's
when
a
I
very
think of-
heartfelt game.
When I think of good 2D games, I do think more of Saturn because I feel like there
Well, sure, the
were
Saturn,
more there.
Saturn was more impressive, and it had lots and lots of 2D games.
Yeah.
But the PlayStation still had a really strong lineup, I think, of 2D games. There were also some really bad ones, like
were some bad ones.
Monkey Hero or Monkey Magic.
Monkey Magic.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Both. Adventures of Lomax.
Oh God.
But yeah, I mean, not everything on PlayStation was revolutionary 3D. There was good traditional stuff
Well,
too.
it's
that
also
I
funny because, like,
appreciated.
when we think about SCEA as a first party now, they've gotten really good, and that was kind of something that happened during PS2. They acquired all these really good second party developers, and now most SCEA games are really good
Right,
games.
yeah.
But back in PS1
Their
era,
first party PS1 games were shit.
yeah, they were still figuring their shit out, and there are tons of like unbelievably bad games. You can think of things like Cardinal Sin and Blasto, and just like these games, you're like, what the fuck are
Legend
these
of
games?
Dragoon.
Yeah, I was...
Oh,
Can't
that
forget
was